Hey guys, Dalia here again. So, what did I work on today? Well, first of all, it's past 5:05, and I think the day went okay. Today's day consisted of a few different things. Because I haven't really been working for the past, I'm going to say week because of the hurricane, I kind of had to take care of a few things that were kind of hanging around. Um, some things like answering emails I didn't answer and things of the sort. So, while I got things done today, like a little of this and a little of that on my to-do list, it wasn't anything major. It's kind of had to get back in the groove because kids are around. Um, Speaking of, I want to talk about that. I mentioned in yesterday's vlog that it's very hard to have kids when you're working full time. I have a lot of members in my group who want tips and tricks about, how to like function and run their business when they're taking care of little kids. Oh, hold on, my sister's calling me. Hello? Hey, what's up? Nothing, I'm recording something. Is it an emergency or? Yeah, I'm recording gonna finish in about 15 minutes or so, and I'll give you a call right after that. Yeah, bye. Okay, well, there you go. So, so every time somebody tells me, do you have any tips or tricks for working from home when you have little ones at home? I tell them honestly, I don't because my kids usually go to school, and previously my youngest daughter went to daycare. So while I seem like a super mom and have all these like processes in place and work things in place, that's one thing I have not mastered because I never needed to. However, oh my God, my phone keeps going off. Hold on, let me just silence everything. So um, I never needed to do any of that, tips or tricks or anything like that, because I usually never have kids home, except for the summertime. But it's proven to be very difficult. Yes, they are only out of school until the 11th, which is next week, Monday. And so I shouldn't give myself a hard time, but I am. Yesterday was worse off than today. Today, like I said, I got a number of things done on my to-do list. I had to meet with like literally a meeting online with a new website guy. My current website guy is out of order due to health reasons, so I have to find somebody new. Recommendation from my sister, so fantastic. I love recommendations when it comes to anything you're really unsure of when you're about to spend money on. It's okay for me to research a new WordPress person, etc., guy or girl, but it's always best for something like that to get recommendations. Somebody has lived through it and says, hey, I recommend them. So it's really excited to have a meeting with this person. Really excited in the sense that I feel like it's going to be a good relationship. So he's going to be sending me over a contract sometime today, and then I will pay the first invoice. He's going to get to work. So I'm just excited because there's some things I want to get done on my website that I just don't have time for, and then some things that are really I don't know how to do. So just excited because there has been stressful moments where, again, my WordPress guy was out of order, and for very good reason, but I need to still get things done. So I'm glad to work with this new guy. If it goes really well, then I'm gonna continue staying with him, and that's it. Just because, business is business, I have to move forward. The things I'm having him work on is, some plugins of mine. This might be boring for you, but listen up, because this might be relevant for your website. Some of my plugins had to be deactivated because of, and again, if you're on WordPress, this may make more sense to you, because other plugins would interfere with the new updated plugins and the new platform and blah blah. So sometimes the plugins weren't playing nice with each other, so he had to deactivate some of them, and those deactivations led to my site not being as optimized as far as page speed is concerned. It's a whole thing. So I want this guy to take over and re-optimize everything because a lot has been done, to optimize and then unoptimize it. That's going to take the most amount of hours, which costs me the most amount. But if you know anything about Google SEO, this technical SEO, um, which is like the keyword part, right? You applying it to your titles and this and images and blah, blah, blah. And then there's like the offsite SEO, you know, which is backlinks and a whole bunch of other things. And the other things is including what he's going to do for me, because I just don't have time to optimize my page speed and such. I'm really excited. Again, some of them I know how to control, and some of the other elements I don't, because it has to do with JavaScript and, you know, them playing nice with each other, and it's just too much work. Again, I'm so excited because, again, if you know anything about Google SEO, Google really cares about not just the keyword part, but the other part, the offsite SEO, knowing that your page is loading quickly. And there's a few other elements to page speed, but it wants to know that your site has been optimized, so it could give the Google user, which is a Google searcher, a really great experience. So I'm like playing with this like bobby pin here. Anyway, so you could tell I'm excited about this new relationship, especially because the referral came from my sister, the one who just called me. Anyway, so that was on my plate today. And I finished the outline, and this is Handmade Mastermind related. I finished the outline of the Pinterest course. Now, if you're new around here and just found my vlog somewhere, I run an e-commerce site. I design, create, sell, ship, print and ship personalized stationery. However, I also teach people in the handmade businesses how to pretty much grow their own businesses on Etsy, Amazon, their own.com. I was just talking about Google SEO a second ago, but I'm also teaching them marketing strategies. I've taught, or I do still currently teach, obviously, because I have classes, email marketing, Google SEO, and another one that's coming out in 2018 is Pinterest. A Pinterest course. And my friend, I'm not gonna say her name, it's fine, but it's not embarrassing, but she was like, this Google SEO webinar is gonna be so great, blah, blah, blah. It already came out, by the way. So then she was like, the Pinterest one is gonna be cheaper, right? I was like, not necessarily. I was like, you understand, like, you probably don't understand, but there's so many elements to this Pinterest webinar. There's a lot, and how do I say this? There's just a lot. Simple as that. And I wanted to make sure that I break it down in the most understandable fashion. More importantly, it's not just me giving you the tips and tools of how to use Pinterest. The biggest piece, which I think people fail to do in many different instances in their businesses, is execution. Okay, and their workload process. Let me explain. I can tell you exactly right now in this video what to do on Pinterest. Okay, you have to do this, you have to do that, and I can just give you the information. And it's not just the organization of the information that you're paying for when you pay for a course of mine. It is the way it should be done, because we're already overwhelmed. Like, forget the fact that you're buying a course because you know nothing about this idea and you want to learn it. Forget that. But either way, you're still overwhelmed as entrepreneurs. So when I provide a course for you, imagine the course is on here. From start to finish, in the order I give it, that's the order you should be completing it. It is so, so important, okay, more than any other course I taught, that it should be implemented this way in the Pinterest course. From start to finish, meaning if you, like, for example, if you get the Pinterest course, like 2018, and you jump down because you think you did the first parts, like you look at the title of the first parts and you're like, I got that, that's easy. No, 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 no. This Pinterest course is, like my other courses, technically designed in order, but this is like, it's so much more important than the Pinterest one. If not done in order, you will be lost, okay? In my other courses, if you want certain pieces of information, because you already know how to do certain things, you could definitely jump around. It's still not recommended, because I want you to learn it the way I teach it, but this Pinterest course is really, it's really gonna be, the biggest thing you're paying for is my workload process, and the way in the order things should be implemented. And you'll have also a cheat sheet in there, technically a cheat video as well, because it's just such an overwhelming process of how to start your Pinterest process from start to finish. So after I teach the whole thing, I will show you from start to finish what to do, because while I taught it to you in many different sections, I wanted to create a separate video, in which I will, that will show you from start to finish. So it kind of puts it together. you know, which is really important to kind of see it all together as opposed to seeing it broken down. Broken down is important so you could go step by step, but then seeing it all together is like, ah, there it is. It makes sense. I see the workflow. That's what I'm talking about. Workflow process is so important when we execute anything in our businesses. Even let's talk about product line. When we launch a product line, you know, from start to finish, it's not just, okay, what, you know, oh, people keep asking about holiday cards. Let me design some and upload it to Etsy. Well, if it's just that simple. I mean, obviously, if you're new to business, maybe it's that simple. But when you are, well, depending where you are in business, if you're more, you know, experienced, making more money, you know, etc., and you kind of like been around the block, business block, I've been around the business block, then there's a certain workflow you have to go through. And I'm just going to make one up, just an example. You have to do the research. I talk about this in many different vlogs. You have to do the research about demand versus saturation, what's on trend, etc. I do that research. I'll talk about it a few times in previous vlogs. Then I create a list of types of products based on that research, based on that trend, and within that trend, I do different products. So that's that. I put that in Trello. So then I have organization. Okay, that's what I currently have. And then again, my new workflow is on Thursdays I design. On Fridays, my assistant lists them. You see all the steps? That's what I want for you guys. I want you guys to have these workflow processes in place, because if not, you're kind of like scattered. My sister called me earlier today. And she's like, she sounded stressed. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, I'm a mess. I'm like, why? She's like, I was just talking to insert husband name here. And I said to him, I don't know how Dalia does it. You know, she has a lot more on her plate, and she's so well organized. And I was like, well, hold on. Maybe I'm not perfectly organized. So there's some room for improvement. But yes, I'm fairly organized because I've been doing this for so long. She's been doing it for long as well, but different. She's been doing brick and mortar shops type of thing. She's been online for maybe about a year now. And she's only been doing it like part-time, even though she makes full-time money. Long story. Again, she has brick and mortar shops, so it's very different. And she has a lot of wholesale accounts. But she's, you know, it's hard for her to all of a sudden get all this work done in part-time hours. And when I say part-time, her other job is pretty much taking care of her family, kids, everything, right? So she, you know, she has a lot going on. So she told me that, and I was like, it's all about the processes you have in place. You might listen to this video and think everything I'm saying is like golden. You want to create processes for yourself. That's fantastic. I encourage it. However, don't be frustrated if you can't figure it out within 5, 10, 15 minutes or even an hour. Sometimes it takes experience of doing it, then figuring out, this is my workflow, you know, or I'm going to add this to it because it makes it easier or whatever. Another example of workflow, my assistant, she has been uploading products to my .com. And of course, I'm very particular about Google SEO and things, so I've been teaching her. And I audit each listing she puts up. And certainly you might say, well, Dalia, isn't it easier for you to do it? No, not necessarily. I still want to teach her some skills for the future. And she's been doing very well. She's already had about 15, 16, maybe 17 listings up, maybe a little bit less. And she's doing really good as it progresses. The point is she has a workflow. She knows that, you know, when it comes to the listing, you first work on the SEO for the title and URL. Then you go into the image SEO, pretty much, the alt text. You do that. And I tell her not just do this, this, and that, like a checklist, but also what each one entails. After a while, she'll get it secondhand. And then she goes to the product tags. I'm like visualizing it right now. Then she goes to the meta description, and then so on and so forth. And each one of those pieces, she has like a little cheat sheet of what that should look like. You know, for example, the SEO, how do you SEO optimize your title and, you know, in your website? It's not just, oh, just slap a keyword phrase there and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So because also Google's a very smart search engine, so you can't try to fool it. You have to be very natural sounding, etc. So she has this workflow. And what's funny is that I can show it to you now, but it's out there. I have a workflow when I'm checking on her because I have to move. I have to move. So my workflow is literally a checklist. Check the title, check the URL, check the image alt text, check the product tags. Does it include the SKU number? Because I put my SKU numbers in there. Check the inventory section. If you're on WordPress, you know what I'm talking about. Is a SKU there? Check the link products. Does she show the recommended products? Does she link them correctly? So I have this. So when I'm checking and auditing her thing, I'm like, boom, 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 done. Go ahead and publish that. Next item. You know, all these systems and things like that, I think really help really help me as a business owner. Well, period. I mostly use it in business. Everything I do in business is workflows. I have workflows on my Trello account. Trello.com is what I use for project management. And I have like this board that's like, I forgot what I call it, but it has all my workflows. So if I'm launching a new webinar, for example, this is obviously not e-commerce related, but I have the things I have to do in order to launch a webinar. So, and of course, I'm gonna not put it in order, but for example, I'm gonna act like it's in order. Create an image, a graphic for the course, put the course curriculum together, put the PowerPoint slides together, record the PowerPoint slides, example, and then create the sales page, talk about it in Facebook, my Facebook group for 3 days straight, whatever. I'm just, what I'm saying? So I have these workflows, and sometimes I'm actually doing a launch of anything, or forget the webinar for a second. If I'm doing a product launch, if I'm doing something related to this or that, I have this workflow, and I could just literally copy the entire chart of workflow, move it onto my current week, okay, and sort out these little individual tasks by day. So I move it over, and then I say, okay, this and this task I should do on Monday. This and this one, Jess will do, my assistant, on Tuesday and Wednesday, so on and so forth. And every time I do something new in my business, like my Pinterest strategy, I started in the beginning of the year, like end of February, I think, or beginning of February. That's a new workflow, right? And now I'm teaching it to you guys soon. I have that in my account. Now, over time, guys, you will get things like second nature, but it's still important to keep it there. Even if you're a pro at it, here's why. When you eventually grow, and hopefully you do, you may not have intentions to hire people, and you may never hire people. That's fine. But if in event you wanted to, you have this workflow ready. So then you can say, how am I going to teach it to my new assistant? I'm going to teach it to her this way, the way I learned, the way I think is right. That's why I think workflows are important in many different instances in the way I teach you guys, and for my own business, for my team, everything. Sorry, I just kind of went off on a tangent regarding that. Did I work on anything else today? I'm sure I did. Oh, my kids are home, so I was back and forth with the kids, this and that, nonsense. Just what it is. Let me actually look at I deleted them. So when I obviously work on my Trello account, it's always up on my computer. I don't actually use it on my phone unless I'm away from my computer. I take the item I've done and I archive it. Oh, I just saw what was there and I already archived. It was, actually I can see my activity. There it is, I can see my activity today. So that's for my husband to do. Hold on. I moved that to another day. I completed as much as I can my goal planning for 2018. If you saw my vlog yesterday, I was goal planning with you. And I added additional more things. I did the things I told you I was going to do, which is do a little bit more research. I did that today, so that was really productive. However, this Friday, I like to do some certain things outside of the office. So this Friday, me and my nephew are going to a coffee shop, and I'm going to finish what I started. It's going to be an intense day. Depending on what time I go, I may not be able to finish. If I do an entire day, which I doubt and sit in the coffee shop for an entire day, then I may be able to finish it. So I may break it up into 2 large days, or like 2 4-hour days or whatever. I'll be taking what I've goaled, okay, and start breaking them down to manageable tasks, and then planning. Anyway, so that's it. It's gonna take a long time to do. I'm pretty much creating the workflows for it. Talking about workflows, I'm taking the goals that I officially said I'm going to do, and I mapped them out in the year I'm going to actually accomplish them. For example, one of them, and I already have some of these workflows already done, like Pinterest course. Okay, I just literally will take the workflow that I have as like a template. In general, when I launch a course, I'll just take that, copy and paste it. Done, because I already have that. I'm launching several new products throughout the year. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that workflow that I already created, a general one when I actually launch products, copy and paste it. Done. How cool is that? What else do I have in my, so there's a few other things I have in my goals that don't have workflows. Like I mentioned in my vlog yesterday, blogging, Facebook ads, my email sales funnel. So those things will have to be new workflows I create. and I'll have to create them on Friday if I go to the coffee shop. So anyway, so that's what I've done today. On a personal note, well, technically business and personal, I was buying something on Amazon. I was trying to buy it last week, but it told me it was going to take over a week to ship, even though it's Prime. I was like, oh, maybe because of the flooding around the area, it's not going to like make it on time. So I said, no problem. If it says it's going to deliver on the 8th, I'll just go on September 5th, which is today, and buy it. Because I don't want to buy ahead of time, and then because of the floods and things like that, it kind of hangs out in limbo somewhere. I'll just buy it closer to when the post office is moving and grooving. So when I go today to buy it, I'll tell you what I'm about to buy in a second. It shows it's going to be delivered again another week from now, and I'm like, maybe one of these items is not Prime, but it shows them all going to deliver on this date. So maybe there is still some delays here. That's what it is. I said, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to keep waiting. I'm going to buy it because when I'm buying, a few things. One, I am buying, I don't know what you officially call it, but online they call it a diva ring light. So I'm sure you guys saw if you watch any YouTubers or something of the sort. It's a big circle light, okay? It's a daylight bulb, and I would literally put it behind me, oh sorry, in front of me, behind me, in front of me, and I'll emit this light to me. And right now I think my lighting's okay, but it's gonna get better, in my opinion. I'm gonna see. Currently, I'm not gonna turn my screen. I could show you what I have. They're kind of like annoying. Hold on. See these like, hold on. See this like gadget? Never mind this paper on top of it. I have this gadget. Okay, now I'm like blinded. I have this gadget and on the other side too to help bounce the light off. I'm not good at bouncing light off unless it's in a controlled spot, like I'm taking a product photography. When it's an entire room, I'm not good at that. I could try. I probably could do a little better. But anyway, so this point of this Diva ring light, I put it in front of me and it'll emit this light. And I could change it so it's not so bright. And it would just like brighten me up, really great for video. And I'm doing it for my Facebook Lives, for these videos. I just think I could step it up. Why not? So I ordered that. That's very exciting. So next week on Thursday, I'm receiving it. So I'm gonna set it up, blah, blah. Friday next week, I should have it. You should see the quality of this video change for the better, hopefully. Hopefully it works, there's no issues, and then boom, done. Another thing I ordered was 3 packs of pink Starburst. I'm keeping it in my office, hidden from my kids. Once in a while, I get this, like I'm working, I get this urge to have a little something sweet, nothing major. They're individually wrapped, and that's why I went with them. I do like Starburst, period. I think pink one's amazing. I think a lot of them are really good. Sorry, I'm just fixing my chair. Sorry. Okay, but I decided I want the pink ones because they're amazing and they look really cute and on modern pink paper, so it just makes sense. And the individually wrapped is the biggest reason that I could just take one, like maybe one a day, one every other day, whenever I feel like having it, when I want something in my mouth, you know? So I ordered that. It was really good. It was 3 14-ounce packs, yeah, of the pink Starburst for $21.95. I'm not sure if you think it's expensive, but because it's a single color and it's like a limited edition color, I believe, having it separate, I think, that's why it was that price, but I'm okay with it. The last thing I ordered, this is more personal, well, so is the Starburst, but it's a cooling mask. You put it on your face. I'll show it to you when it comes in. I put it on my face. It covers like here, I think. I think it covers the forehead. It goes around and it like goes, I guess you could see my eyes through it, and then it goes down and around. So it even covers this area here, not just the eyes. It covers this area. I'm doing it for a few reasons. One, because I have allergy issues and the morning's always the worst. And I actually haven't been having puffiness around my eyes when I wake up. So that's cool. I think it's because of my new skincare regimen, which I'll talk about another day. So I still want to place this mask on after I put my sunscreen on, my moisturizer, whatever, my morning stuff. I don't really wear much makeup, so I'll put this thing on while I'm getting dressed or whatever to cool my face down. So of course I have to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer. And then I'll just put it on while I'm getting ready, getting the kids ready. They'll get used to me like this. And then that's it. I'll take it off, just fix myself, and then I'm done. I just want to use it because I heard it's really good for sinus pressure and of course any puffiness. That's it. I don't plan on using it for hours, just like 10, 15 minutes and I'm done. You know, and again, I heard it's really great for headaches. I don't get a lot of headaches, but I think it's a really good thing for headaches. And, you know, I have a lot of allergy issues. That's the biggest thing. The puffiness, the allergy, this is the biggest thing. So I'm excited to get that mask. It took me a while to find one that feels like it would actually sit and like touch my face. Like I feel like if I put it on, it wouldn't touch like this part. Okay, so I felt like this one actually would do a good job of that. It's hard to explain, and I'll show it to you. I hope it works, but I'll show it to you when it comes in. That's the only thing I bought. I was gonna buy something else, but I decided that I'm gonna buy this other item locally. I probably should have bought it online. I don't know how I'm gonna get a chance to go out of my house and buy it. But I have bought a new coffee. I shared it with you guys on Instagram, but that post is already gone by now. It was on my Instagram stories. If you don't follow me on Instagram, do so. It's the Handmade Mastermind. I post stories throughout the day and shows you what I'm working on and things like that. And I have this new coffee. It's called Cafe Bustelo. Anyway, it's espresso. It's espresso coffee sort of thing. Anyway, you don't have to drink it like an espresso. What I plan on doing is making it and then adding hot water to it to make it more into a coffee. But I want the flavor there. It was recommended to me by a few people, a YouTuber I follow, and my sister and her friends. Long story. So I said, you know, I'm gonna get it. So I need to get one of those espresso machines that you put on the stove. You guys know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm trying to get. They're not expensive. They're like 20, 30 bucks. It just depends. And I'm looking forward to getting that soon-ish, so I can make my coffee correctly, because I don't have a coffee pot. And I think this would be ideal. However, if you know anything about these espresso machines, the ones that go over the stove, let me know in the comments, because it says, I have to read more about it. It says in the reviews not to use finely grounded coffee or espresso powder, whatever. But this is the one I have. I feel like espresso powder would be finely grounded. Otherwise, it's coffee. I don't know. I'm just wondering if anybody's out there that uses finely ground espresso coffee beans with this type of machine, and if it works just fine. I can imagine that the reason why it doesn't work fine is because then there will be, the coffee will be gritty, okay? I can imagine that, but I don't mind pouring it and sifting it through, not sifting it, pouring it through like, what do they call it? You know, those cheesecloths type of thing? I don't mind doing that every morning. It takes 2 seconds. So maybe I'll do that. And we'll see. I'll let you know how that coffee tastes. Anyway, that's it, guys. That is my work day and partly my personal day. What I've been up to. I've been incognito from Facebook Live for over a week, and I came back today, which was very exciting. I feel this weird, this weird guilt when I'm away from the Facebook group. I don't know, I can't articulate what it is. It doesn't feel right, you know? I feel like, you know, I'll be honest with you, I think it feels like people forget about me and it makes me sad. However, I was proven wrong today when I came on Facebook Live, which was very nice. Some people were like, I literally am unmotivated without you, Dalia. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Well, obviously not nice for them, but very, you know, strokes my ego. And they missed me, whatever. So I'm like, okay, maybe they do miss me when I'm away, and they just don't forget about me. I think I provide, I like to think that I don't just have a Facebook Live just to have them, that I do provide good value and keep people company, however you want to use me for the Facebook Lives. Keep you motivated, you know, I like to think that's what it does, and I hope that's what it does. If you're listening and you're one of my members, if it's what it does for you, then let me know in the comments. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you like this video and you like you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe down below, and make sure you hit notifications so you can get notification when I have a new vlog coming up. And make sure you like and comment as well. It make me feel really, really good because I'm starting this new venture of vlogging. And that's it. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.